All right, let's go to Brian in Huntsville, Alabama. What's up, Brian?
Hey, Dr. John, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Things going all right?
They're okay. I've been married for 7 months, and about 3 or 4 weeks ago, right before Christmas, my wife told me that she hasn't loved me in a year and is kind of regretting getting married, and she hasn't ever really been alone, and she needs to try to find herself. And I don't want to get a divorce. She did say she would go to counseling, but I don't really know what that means. I don't know what I need to do. Like, I want this thing to work. I don't think she said things aren't looking great. I just don't know what all of this means.
Yeah, that's my first question to you, man. One, dude, I'm shell shocked with you. This catch you off guard?
Kind of had a weird fluke last year, but her brother passed away in December of the year before, and I just thought it was like an anniversary, just kind of a hard time. Plus, it was the holidays, but now she's just saying like it's just she's just out of love and just isn't feeling it, and I don't really know what to do, what to try to change.
Is she giving you any insights as to what you're contributing to this, or is she doing the classic? Anytime somebody says I don't feel, I always really want to challenge that because, man, I don't feel like exercising a lot. It's still not the right thing to just go eat donuts. There's times I don't quote unquote feel in love, but I still need to do the right thing because I love my wife, right? There's an underlying connectivity there that is way more important than my feelings. And so when someone says I don't feel, I always want to know what are the things that are happening around you that are not letting your feelings feel like you're connected and safe. Has she given you any of that info?
She says I'm not. Well, we kind of got in a fight because she said she just didn't feel like she had space, and so I just kind of was like, well, I can go like stay with my parents for like a few days, and then the next day I just something didn't feel right, and then she said like she feels like nobody really like listens to her, and then she just feels like she never really has figured out what she wants in life. But I don't really know. Like, I guess my thing is I was like, the whole time we were dating, like she was, wanting marriage. We talked about marriage. She was all on board. We planned the wedding, and then she's just saying, now I got to find myself. And
yeah, I wouldn't go backwards right now. Okay. It's easy to say, yeah, but just like 7 months ago, you said this, what matters right now is what she's saying right now. And you're all right to feel completely hit upside the head, like stunned by all of this because of what just happened 7 months ago or 10 months ago. But the important thing is right now. And it's hard to move forward with. It sounds to me like, and so this dude, I don't have any like super clinical insight here. It sounds like I've heard this same refrain before 100 times, almost without exception. Either she has met somebody else that has caused her, either she's got feelings for somebody else or she's met somebody else and it is causing her to doubt her commitment to you, or she's upset with herself. And so she's like, I shouldn't even have gotten married. I wasn't ready yet because I clearly have feelings for somebody else, which is dumb because you always have feelings for other people. I mean, it's just life. Or she is through with this marriage and she doesn't have the courage to say, I screwed up, I want out. And so she's going to slowly make you the bad guy over time. And the way she's going to make you the bad guy is she's going to slowly hold you underwater. And when you start fighting to breathe air, she's going to point at the fighting and be like, see, look what you're doing.
Yeah, like we really weren't fighting. I know she kind of had like a weird childhood, and I think there's a lot of.
I don't care about any of that, honestly. I mean, she told you she was going to be with you forever. And so now it's how do we create a marriage and how do we love one another and how do we help meet each other's needs and heal from what happened to us? I mean, you don't just, you know what I'm saying? Like it provides a context, but it's not an excuse, right? But let's look at the bright side. She said she'll go to counseling. You said you don't really know what that means?
Well, she's just very like pessimistic. Like we talked yesterday, And she was like, I mean, if you want to move back in, it'll kind of make it easier on everybody, but I really just don't see this thing turning around. So I
But
thought, well, I don't really.
like, what happened?
I don't know. We were like, I don't know if I just got too comfortable or.
Dude, you've been married 7 months, man. Like,
that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, I just feel like it's too short to fail. I mean, even if she really fell out of love a year ago, I just feel like that's like it wasn't until I moved out that she really kind of was like, well, I don't feel like, like I'm getting, like, you're listening to me and stuff like that. And then she keeps trying to say she's trying to find herself and what she wants, but I don't really know what that means. She hasn't really elaborated.
And so I'll say in her defense, okay? Sometimes this idea that I'm with somebody and they're suffocating me, and maybe it's like you don't even know that you're hurting her, or that you are trying to solve her or fix her issues, or you are doing things that make her body feel unsafe. What it looks like. And dude, you sound I don't think you have a mean bone in your body. Like, you have no intention to do that. But her body's telling you, I got to get away, got to get away. Whatever that means. It could be completely unrelated to you. It could be childhood trauma, like, coming forth now that she feels bounded and trapped. Who knows? You can't always articulate what your body knows. And that's hard to be in a relationship with somebody who can't quite articulate, like, dude, what is it about me that my presence says you've got to run, right? That's a terrifying, scary feeling for anybody, because you love her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to make her feel like uncomfortable, but I feel like she has a hard time, like, trying to express, like, what's going on. She's never really been big into, like, deep conversations or, like, how she feels.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been a little weird.
Well, and it may be that growing up, you said she had a weird childhood, that just, like, telling somebody how you felt got you hurt, or got you made fun of, or got you told you to shut up because nobody cares about your feelings. And so you've just she learned over 2 decades or 3 decades to just bury them. And now they're coming out in full force because now she's trying to create her own new home or marriage. It could be a bunch of different things. What counseling will do is let y'all practice relationship with a third party. Okay. It'll let you say things, or that person will ask questions that you might either haven't thought of, or you've thought of, you just don't feel like you can say it. But when somebody asks you in a therapeutic context, then you can say it and be like, hey, they asked me. Like, I'm not just throwing grenades at you. They wanted to know what was in the suitcase. And it makes it, it's an easier way to have that conversation. But y'all get to practice saying something. She gets to practice saying something hard, you hearing it. And then you get to practice breathing through it and asking how you can help be a part of the solution, et cetera. Does that make sense? So I look at therapy as relational practice. It's a way to re-engage connectivity. It does. I mean, it breaks my heart that she's like, I'll do it, but it's a waste of our time and money. Like, if I'm you, I'd be like, well, crap, should I even do this? I think you should. It sounds like there's something else here. Here's how I would have that conversation. I would tell her, I would ask her point blank, are you finished with this marriage? Just point blank, are you done? And
I've kind of asked her similar before, and she's just kind of been like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, it's not looking good, but she hasn't, like, I guess, fully
tell her
given up.
that to me is holding you underwater, and you haven't started fighting yet. In fact, you took the easy, you moved out. You love her so much, you want her to be comfortable so much, you just took off, which, good for you. That was noble. I'm walking away from a fight in the bar. You all have a great night. I'm out of here. Good for you. But that can't go on forever. And so this whole, I don't know, man, I just don't, man, that's, and you're going to get papers served on you, and then you're going to get blindsided again. And so I'd sit down and say, are you done with the marriage? And this whole, I just don't know yet. What, that to me is not a good answer.
Okay.
If you're in, then we're going to go to counseling. We're going to try to make this thing work. If you are done, have the courage to say, I want to end our marriage, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to file for divorce from you, and I'm going to end this thing. That would be, okay. I don't like that for you. I hate that for you. I hate that for both of you. But to do anything other than that is just cruel. Like, I just need to find myself and I need to go on a journey. And you got married. And so any journey you take from this point forward, y'all take together. Even if you got to go by yourself, right? My wife goes to her counseling on her own. I talk to people on my own. We're not doing that together, but I'm doing that so that I can be well, so that I can be the best husband I can possibly be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I told her like I want to like support her and like, you know, if she needs anything or what like finding herself looks like, but I don't really know. She hasn't really said what that looks like to her yet.
Yeah, that's somebody that's read a lot of internet articles and has a feeling of. I'll say this. Let me just say this. I don't think I've ever said this publicly in my life. So here we go. It was after my first or second year of marriage. I didn't think me and my wife were going to make it. And I was meeting with a guy. We were in the mountains of New Mexico. I was speaking at an event, and we were there's somebody that I really, really trusted. And I said, I don't think I should have gotten married. I don't think I was ready for this. And he wisely said, that's how you feel, but that's not true. And in his own wise way, he was telling me there's a difference between reality and truth and your feelings. Our feelings don't tell us the truth. And so you made a commitment, and now we're going to get to the bottom of that commitment. We're not going to be led by a nose ring, getting yanked around by our feelings all the time. And you can't discount them. Our feelings are great alarm systems. They get our attention. They point us in directions. So you got to listen to them, and you got to honor them, and you have to acknowledge them. And so I would tell you is I wouldn't give up on this marriage. I hope she doesn't give up on this marriage, even though she's 7 months in and feels like, whoa, I just feel like go to counseling together. Because at counseling, you're going to be able to say, here's what I'm feeling. And then a good therapist will say, tell me more. And then tell me more. And then tell me more. And where is that in your body? And tell me more. And you get to the crux of it. And that's where the healing will begin. But this amorphous, I don't know, I was going to find myself. Man, close the computer. Go talk to an expert. Close the internet. Stop reading the whatever, the magazines in the line. And go sit down with somebody and say, here's what's happening inside of my heart and my mind and my soul. Because I'm struggling. Brian, let me know how that conversation goes. Let me know how your counseling goes, man. Because I want to walk alongside you guys as y'all, if you'll have me, as y'all figure out what's next for your brand new marriage.